But as we were doing this, I noticed it was getting tougher and tougher for my wife. I could feel it. This rent thing was a heavy weight on her because there was pressure now.
Yep.
Because she could feel the pressure. This was very interesting. During that time, this Kenyan guy used to work for another South African guy known as Olisi.
Olisi. Which Kenyan guy is this now?
He's known as
just okay, it's a Kaka
his
guy.
name is skipping my guy.
It's
but
not
he
Blinky Black.
No. But he used to school at Cape Audio. You know Cape Audio? It's another audio engineering school in Cape Town. So he was there, but he was finishing his studies and he was coming back home and he was connecting me to Olisi. And so after connecting me with Molisi, he needed an audio engineer.
It's not Molisi, it's
Olisi. I can pronounce his name, but it's going to be funny for our community here.
Our community is international, bro.
Yeah, Molisi is M-XOLISO. So the X is, yes. And so Mr. Olisi had a production company and I used to volunteer as an audio engineer at his place. And this guy was a very nice guy. So what he did was, he said, every time you come for me, I'm gonna give you some tunes. And so every end of the month, he used to give me 2,600 rand, just as a gift. I did that for a few months. Then I noticed it was hampering my studies. I noticed, wait, I have projects, but this guy is needing me here, and it's messing up with my deadlines. And then I noticed it was digging on my family time, and I noticed I'm going out of balance. And so I told my wife, what do you think? Do I continue with this? Because if I continue, you won't have days to do your business. Because university, you don't go to school daily. So I used to go to school like 3 days and a half day. And then those 2 days, my wife would go and do her business. So I would watch over the kids. And at that point, we are homeschooling our kids. Okay. And so I did that for a few months. I told Olisi, yo, Puti. Yeah. It won't make it.
Yo.
Puti means brother. So I told her, you know what, my brother, this thing won't make it, man. You'll have to let me go. And so he let me go peacefully. Again, I thanked him for the opportunity. Very nice guy. God bless him and his wife and their children forever. And I continued with studies. But as we were doing this, I noticed it was getting tougher and tougher for my wife. I could feel it. This rent thing was a heavy weight on her because there was pressure now. Because she could feel the pressure. And I remember one day when the year was coming to an end, she said, God, give me a holiday. I'm done with this thing. And I remember wondering, who asks for a holiday during such a season? Like, really, who does that? And God is funny. There was a family from Southern Sudan.
No, don't tell me the holiday came.
Boss, the holiday came. This is how it came. There was a family from Southern Sudan that had paid for a family tour across Cape Town. But something happened and they couldn't come. This family were friends to Mr. and Mrs. Mzee. And they said, I want you guys to look for a family that is in need of a holiday and bless them with this package.
Okay.
You hear me, Richie?
That's insane.
That is insane. That holiday coincided smack on the money with my wife's birthday. November 21st. And we were out there for about 6 days, bro.
No way.
Out in Hamanda, Somerset West, we went to watch some whales. It was a beautiful time. Beautiful time, bro. Beautiful time.
you guy, I'm going to ask God for some weird things. God, me, I want to go to space.
You will go.
Like, no, that's
During
mind
this
blowing.
time, let me tell you something
No,
funny.
but like, don't rush over that thing, you guys.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the asking of God
Yes.
you have received.
Yes.
You know, like she asked for a holiday.
Yes. She asked for a holiday and she got out.
You know, there's a verse that says, seek and you'll find, ask and ask and the door will be open. You
Yes.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
let your request be known
yeah,
unto the Lord.
we say those verses, but sometimes we're like, Kenny, God is not
God
interested in
answered that
holiday.
crazy. Even me, I remember telling her, my friend, man.
Mr. Mzee could have gone on that holiday himself. It's like, I
Mr.
need it.
Mzee, and he had 3 kids. He could have gone on that holiday. Guess what? That holiday was such an extensive one. We went for half of it. Mzee and his family went for the other half.
No way.
Yes.
And you went for 6 days?
We went for 6 days, then they went for another 6 or 7 days. That's when you know, man, God takes care of his people in his funny ways. And God gave us another holiday later on, that same year. Guess what? See, Kevo visited us. Kevo and his wife and another colleague of his, and I can't remember his name, and his wife, and their 2 kids, so every family had two kids, planned a road trip in South Africa. So they planned to land in Joburg. Mm-hmm. They book 2 cars, each they book a car. They go to Pretoria, drove to Pretoria, drove to Durban, drove all the way across South Africa, like this, all the way to Cape Town. When they landed on Cape Town, they added us into their mix. And they said, every stop we have in this city, we have budgeted for you guys. And so, Table Mountain, what do we call it? The most southern part of South Africa. Yani, we went places, bro. We toured that place.
You know, guys have no idea.
Yes.
First and foremost, how long that trip is. You know, Kenyans, we know from Nairobi to Mombasa.
South Africa is like East Africa combined.
Yeah.
It is a huge country.
I would sometimes catch the bus from UPE
Yes.
until Cape Town. Eastern Cape. And that's Eastern Cape. It's not even Joburg.
Yes.
I
That's a long
enter
trip.
the bus at 5 a.m.
Yes.
and I'm arriving in Cape Town at 6 p.m.
Yeah, those are like over 12 hours. I think from Joburg to
So they're going to a
Cape
Da.
Town is like 16 or 18.
Yes.
It's long.
It's long.
It's a huge country, and you haven't covered the whole country. If you
And that's
cover
with
country
good
to
roads and
country-
good speed.
Yes, and toll points also. Yes. So,
Whoa.
and I remember even those times my wife would go to markets, there was another couple there, and God bless these guys. This is Flo and Ekea. So what Flo and Herman did, Flo and Herman were Kenyan, a Kenyan couple that were there doing their masters. He was doing neurology and his wife was doing dentistry in masters. And so because they were on sponsorship, when we needed a car, they would give us 1 car for me to take my wife to markets. They would say, oh man, Krowbar, do you guys need a car this weekend to take your wife? I would say, man, bro, like for real. Here is a car. They did that so many times over and over again.
How do you get to meet this community of people?
Oh, Akina Ekea and Herman. Flo and Herman. Flo used to be a dancer at Nairobi Lighthouse Church.
Do you know every name you've mentioned, it's
Yes.
like church has been your connector.
The body of Christ, bro. The body of Christ. Let me tell you, I've seen the hands, the legs, the heart, the head, whatever of the body of Christ. The community, let me tell you, if the body of Christ operates the way it's supposed to operate, the body thrives, bro. And so this couple were a huge blessing. I remember once they booked a holiday to go somewhere. And then they said, hey, listen, we have hired this car to go. You can use this other big car for your Christmas holiday. They had a Mack, bro. We were driving around Cape Town with a Mack.
And then going to your servant's quarters.
Fueled. I remember even our landlord was like,
What's
these guys came here with a Mack?
Your landlord you guys must have been an enigma to him.
Our landlord was like, who are these people? They always sensed there was something. Even the neighbors in the neighborhood, they sensed. These black people are very different people. They sensed it. I have a crazy story that happened on the second year. Me, my wife, and the kids, we take a mat, we are going somewhere. Me and the kids, we are talking inside the mat. Another lady turns around and says, where are you guys from?